Hey there guys, and welcome to another episode of Let's Speedrun Link's Awakening DX 100%. So in the last episode, we took out Dungeon 4, and in this episode we are going to be doing a lot of overworld stuff and a bunch more collecting. So without further ado, we want to jump down left here, come down here to the left. Jumping out of the water speeds up your movement a little bit, because water movement is some of the slowest in the game. And here we have Mumbo's Mambo, which will be pretty useful for some overworld movement later on. And fun trivia, if you play Mumbo's Mambo in a dungeon, it actually teleports you to the beginning of the dungeon, so it acts as kind of a pseudo save and quit. So, now we just buffer a save and quit right here. And we go back to the entrance of Dungeon 4, right there. Another situation where you kind of want to avoid just walking through the water as much as you can. Here you can actually get a boots jump charged up while pushing this block if you simply hold boots while jumping two times, then hold to the right and boots, and then after it starts moving into the hole, you can just jump over here, which saves a little bit of time. There is a piece of heart I used to get down here, but I've actually since changed my route. I'm now doing it when Zorlax gets it, so we will do that a little later on. So next thing that we want to do is we want to come over here. Avoid. There we go. Avoid Marin. We're coming and doing this right now. I believe Zorlax does this later. This is another situation where it's just, you're doing the same thing, but you're just doing it slightly later. So it's just a matter of split conformity, or split uniformity. So if you want to do this now, you can. If you want to do this, I believe it's after Color Dungeon, but before Dungeon 5, you can do this as well. I just happen to do it here. So dive into this water. And here, we're going to do a very important bomb trigger. So basically what I did there is if you drop bombs into a pit within 4 frames of each other, you can activate a bomb trigger. And for whatever reason, the walls in 2D side-scrolling sections just happen to be pits a lot of the times. For whatever reason, because reasons, I don't know. So if you just drop 2 bombs in here, you actually skip the whole trading side quest. We are now at the very, very end, which is pretty cool. So we get the bra, the bow, the sleeping eye mask, whatever you want to call it. The necklace if you're playing US, but for the love of God, don't play US. And now we're going to come up here, talk to this lady right here. You can turn Link's sprite away if you really want to make it a little bit less suggestive. The fact that she has no top on and you're diving under the water, but anyway. That is pretty much that. And again, you can pretty much do that whenever you want. Like, you can do that now, or you can do that after Color Dungeon. It's really a matter of personal preference and split uniformity. And now we're coming down here. Whoops. This jump always gives me trouble for some reason. Not that much trouble, though. I never fail it twice in a row. That's bad. So one of the reasons why we have this ghost buddy is we have a photo. We could skip this if we did half of Dungeon 4 now, or in the previous episode, and then skipped the boss until later. But we do need it for a photo, and it works out because after we return the ghost to his grave, the pot in the lower right-hand corner there will give us a seashell, so it's convenient for routing as well. So now the return jump is much easier. There are going to be 2 secret seashells we're going to be getting right here. Now we want Sword Feather. Randomly, the ghost can talk to you on this screen. I'm not sure why. I think it's maybe he's on a timer or something. Come down, get another seashell here. Whoops, not supposed to happen. There we go. That's supposed to happen. And, yeah, now we go to get our second upgrade, our second capacity upgrade. Zorlax is first. You want to kind of constantly jump here to avoid the grass, because that does slow you down a little bit. Here, what the equip you want is Powder and Mambo's Mambo. Be very careful not to press B before you start talking to the guy who gives you the capacity upgrade. That will be very, very bad. Getting back here is slow, and you will waste like a minute plus of your run by doing that. So just simply sprinkle the powder. Additionally, make sure you choose the second option. If you choose the first option, your run is dead. So choose no here and yes here. And there you go. Now we have 60 arrows, which is very convenient because we just so happen to have completely run out of arrows. After he goes away, you can mash B to play Mambo's Mambo instantly, or as quickly as you can. And hey, look, we're at this place, which you won't recognize until in just a second. Additional thing to note for equipment routing, the ocarina is a pain in the butt. It's a really big pain. This menu comes up, you can't go left or right in it, you have to exit the ocarina vertically, and as you can see by my input mapper, you just have some unavoidable lag associated with it, so ideally, like, I like keeping the ocarina here the entire rest of the game, because with this, I can access my lower row of items pretty easily, and my top row of items also easily without risking running into the ocarina, so something to keep in mind. With that said, pretty much the rule of thumb here is if you're using Mambo's Mambo to get here, your equip will be Boots and Bracelet. That's just kind of a rule for the rest of the run, at least with my route. So if you're confused about equips, just if you're here, always Boots Bracelet. So additional thing to note, Zorlax's route will now go get the capacity upgrade I got after Dungeon 2. He goes and gets that now, and you will select the second option. He selected, I guess you could do 3-2 if you really wanted to, but it's slower to do that, so you, as with my route, you do the second option for that last one, and then the second option when you go get that capacity upgrade. But we already have gotten it, which is good. Come down here, throw this. We want our shovel right here. Shovel and Bracelet is the fastest equip. You can actually grab that seashell before it like moves out of your tile, but I'm bad. Now right here, we are returning the ghost to his grave. And I so wish there was a way to skip this owl, but there's not. You might notice we don't have a photo yet, because after the owl goes away, we have to go a little bit closer to the grave to activate the photo cutscene. And I've tested this before with no success. I tried jumping or something like that to go into the cutscene to skip the owl, but unfortunately, no luck. Also, additionally, make sure that you get that cutscene. It's actually, I have had it happen before where I've just forgotten. The owl's gone away and I've just left, which is very bad. So make sure you're just holding up left through that whole cutscene to start it as quickly as you can. Now here, we just want to go into this cave, then Boots Feather. You can bomb trigger this heart piece, but I think it's probably, no, I don't think. I know it's actually very much slower to do so. This will actually be a slight sequence break. You are expected to have the hook shot, so you would bomb this thing right here, hook shot over there, and jump. But with some good Pegasus Boots timing, whoops, like that, you can instead get the heart container. Additionally, small route deviation to note, I guess, is I tend to fall in this pit to return myself to the beginning of this room, and then jump over to the staircase. Zorlax pushes both of these down. I think additionally, if you just push this one and then jump, that is probably the fastest way to do it. So I'm probably going to start doing that from now on, is just pushing that one to the left and jumping onto the staircase. But with that said, we're almost done here. We just have one last puzzle, which can be very annoying sometimes because sometimes the graves just don't want to work with you. So the pattern here is you want to push this down, this left, which is, like, look at this. It's like, it's very finicky. You have to be on a particular position for it to work. Also, if you're worried about taking damage, because these guys do a full heart of damage, they can be really bad. They control you hard. So if you want to avoid that, you can simply jump in midair while you are pushing the block, and you will stay frozen in midair and invincible. But with that said, we are about to start a very, very cool dungeon, and one of the only additional dungeon in 100% versus any percent, which is the color dungeon. So that is going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.